Hello and welcome everyone. This is Type V3 with a Figma review of Onoda Sakamichi, our young hero in the road cycling anime series Yowamushi Pedal. Figma Onoda comes dressed in his yellow Sohoku team issue kit and it looks great to say the least. The colors are vibrant with minimal lines and the fine lettering being crisp and clean. The general sculpting is very smooth, and while on most action figures I'd criticize that amount of simplicity, it works here because, after all, this is cycling kit and Lycra is inherently form-fitting. Small details like the molded cleats on the soles of the shoes and the pockets on the back of his jersey are a nice touch. On the other hand, the elbow and knee joints seem to stand out that much more against the basic character design, and the cuts that run down the front of the figure's shorts are downright awful. Mind you, these flaws do have a purpose, which we'll touch upon later so they can be easily looked over. Onoda's portrait is unquestionably perfect, and the rest of the head sculpt is very representative of the character too. The glasses just sit so naturally over his face, and the helmet hair is spot on. He comes with two extra expressions, a hugely cheerful smile, as well as a seriously determined face. On top of that, there's a second head with an attached helmet. This second head is compatible with any of the three faces too. Or, if you prefer the look of the original head, there's even a completely separate helmet that Onoda can hold for display. Clearly, there's plenty of options. Onoda's head is on a ball hinge with a ball socket. The upper torso, mid-torso, and waist each have ball hinges. The shoulders are on double-ended ball hinges. Elbows have a single joint, and there's a ball hinge at the wrist. The hips are each on ball sockets. There's a single joint at the knee, and a pivoting ankle with a tilt. It's mostly the standard Figma setup here, except for the fact that Onoda has extreme movement in the torso. The Figma bag, display stand, and hand rack are here in their expected forms, but let me focus on the display stand because this time it comes with a clip. Eagle-eyed viewers will have noticed that Onoda doesn't have the standard peg hole in his back, so instead he needs to be clipped to the stand. Not super elegant, still functional. Onto the hand rack, and here you'll find open palms, generic gripping hands, and then three accessory-specific hands. The accessory in question? Onoda's road bike. Now, the bike's essentially a plastic model kit, and it even comes on a plastic sprue. It's all snap fit, so you should have the full bike built up within a matter of minutes. It even has its own stand to keep it upright. The bike in its entirety looks decent. Yes, it's supposed to be largely gray in color. That said, there are parts that definitely should be painted. The STI levers, the brake calipers, the center of the handlebars, the stem, the seat post, and even the rear derailleur should all be painted black. Yet, more than these, my biggest issue with the bike is that it has no chain. I mean, I'm not expecting a working chain, but to have no chain at all baffles me. Now, admittedly, I can be a bit of a cycling snob, so these shortcomings may not affect you as much. Anyways, Onoda can ride the bike by both pegging his shoes onto the pedals and using the pair of bike-specific hands to grasp the hoods. It may take some minor adjustment to get things properly sorted though. The other option is to use Onoda's general gripping hands and have him ride on the drops. Then you can use the figure's extremely flexible torso to achieve a low and flat aerodynamic position. Either display looks authentic. Finally, there is an included water bottle which is both basic and effective in design. It can conveniently peg onto the bottle cage on the down tube of the bike. Or you can use Onoda's final hand option to have him hold or drink from the bottle. It works out pretty well. It isn't often that when Max Factory produce figures for a new series that the first character is male. It's even rarer that the figure includes a wealth of accessories, one of which being a straight-up model kit. The uniqueness of this situation alone is enough to warrant a recommendation of Onoda Sakamichi to general Figma collectors. This is just a really cool release from start to finish. The core figure is of the expected Figma quality, and I can't think of any other crucial accessories that Onoda didn't include. For sure, I have my own qualms with the actual bike. Nevertheless, as a huge fan of the Yowamushi Pedal series, I can't really be disappointed. Figma Onoda Sakamichi is great, and I just hope that the rest of the Sohoku cast gets produced with an equal amount of effort. But that's all from me. Thanks for watching, hope you enjoyed it, and I'll see you in the next review.